folks, welcome to Horsepower for an Hour. Thanks for staying with us. You're just in time for our Performance Hour, and we're going to have some fun today. We're going to start the Performance Hour with a look at one of the coolest new apps for finding automotive parts. Stan Mirzayev is the CEO and founder of Parts Detect. We'll talk with Stan in a moment about how this idea kind of came about. Spence is just around the corner with the latest news and automotive headlines, and Jim Naylor's got the world of motorsports still ahead. Today we're talking Formula One and NASCAR. Jim will have all those details. Now, we still got a ton more just ahead. Before I go any further, I do want to check in with Spence because we have got a boatload of stuff to cover today. Hey, man, what else we got?
We want you to download our brand new app, Donnie. That's what we want people to do. Grab your iPhone, grab your Droid, go to your app store and get the Horsepower for an Hour app. You listen to your local radio station. We love that on the weekend. Now it's your chance, if you missed a show, if you were out of town, to get the app. That's Horsepower for an Hour, Droid, iPhone. Find it in the App Store.
Horsepower for an Hour, folks, is fueled by the largest automatic transmission network in the world. They are the Automatic Transmission Rebuilders Association, or quite simply, the ATRA. It's also made possible by National Parts Depot. When it comes to classic car restoration parts, no one does it better than National Parts Depot. All right, let's head into our lead lap now. If you're like most technicians, finding the right part for the car can sometimes be challenging. Finding the right part for the car at the right price, that can oftentimes seem impossible. Well, today we have Stan Mirzayev with us. He's the CEO and founder of Parts Detect with some pretty cool ideas, and he's going to talk to us about one of the coolest apps I think that we've seen in some time. You go to your Apple Store, maybe your Google Play Store, download the Parts Detect app, instantly find the right parts when you need it. Stan, welcome to Horsepower for an Hour.
Hi, Donnie. It's a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hey, man, we're really excited to have you here. One thing is for certain, I know, Spence and I were just out in Los Angeles a couple of days ago at one of the big shows, and one of the questions that seemed to be most prevalent, Spence, was that it's finding parts for the technicians who are looking to work on some of these cars. And some of your questions to these guys were, hey, man, how difficult is it? And what were some of the responses that you got, Spence?
Well, Donnie, the biggest thing when we were asking him, because a lot of these ranchers, they had been doing it for a few years. So I said, take 2017, here we are, and then let's jump back to 1990, year 2000. How has the internet helped you? And even at that level, they said it was remarkable how much business you can get done now and how quickly it is. There were networks in the past, but when we have an app like Parts Detect, I mean, this will really flip the switch. This will change the world of doing business like that.
Stan, take us through the whole program. We have many technicians that listen to our show. Kind of walk us through how the whole thing works. How do we get the app? What sort of an advantage is it for the technician? Give us the ABCs of it.
Parts Detect is a free mobile app, and it's available on Android and Google, the Apple market as well, iOS. So our goal is to help automotive service and repair professionals find aftermarket and OEM parts within seconds and have them delivered. We provide a search platform for parts and providing users the ability to sort through different options, and some of those options include location, warranty, quantity, and availability. Our general focus is to optimize the accuracy and speed of ordering parts so that mechanics and technicians can spend more time focusing better service and overall operation efficiency.
So Stan, you've got this product. What made you decide to make this product? In other words, we all have the same problem. Anybody does, especially a technician. So what made you decide that you need to sit down and create an app to help you do this?
You got it right. We definitely have this problem, and it's a long time in the making, day in and day out. I personally have 12 years of experience in the automotive industry, and I'm following the footsteps of my father, who has 22 years of experience. So we migrated from the former Soviet Union to the U.S., and this move created the opportunity to take my father's experience to the next level to own his own repair shop. Since then, I've grown up in the shop helping out any way I can, from managing customers to ordering parts. And throughout the years, it became clear that my father struggled as a mechanic, especially when it came to communicating and searching for replacement parts on a local basis. Knowing that his customers were always eager to get back on the road, it was up to me to locate the replacement parts quickly and at the best price, passing down the savings to our customers. After years of taking on this responsibility and seeing technology take off, a light bulb went off in my head. I knew that my father and I were not the only ones dealing with this bottlenecking process when it came to searching for parts and completely messing with our workflow. I was determined to help my father and all of the mechanics in the industry in the most effective way possible, all for free. And with that in mind, my team and I developed the Parts Detect mobile app, which decodes the VIN, returns live inventory of vendors, and we also have a one-button delivery system incorporated into the app as well.
So I'm very curious. So you got all these ideas, and you know the problem. You get your team together.
Yep.
How long, Stan, does it take to make an app, and how do you test it? In other words, I'm sitting here going, okay, I've got a lot of great ideas. I want to do this, and then I start hearing this. I go, whoa, do I have the capabilities?
Right. I think everybody has an idea, and what separates a lot of us is we actually take initiative and we take the step forward. It was just as that. I mean, I was sitting one day and I thought, how can we make this simple? How can we make this bottlenecking process simple and make it free? So we just sat down, my cousin, who is my co-founder, Alex, and we pretty much took a pen and paper and started kind of putting things together as far as for what it would look like, how it would operate. And I consider myself the industry expert, and he knows the back end of software development really well. So it's kind of like the Oreo cookie, where it's just a perfect fit. And we just took time out of our days. I mean, we both had 9-to-5 scheduled work. And then after work is when we actually started working on Parts Detect. And after 2 years of building it, we finally launched a prototype. And one thing led to another, and all of a sudden we got attention of a national vendor who brought us in, and we got to pitch in front of them and tell them why this is important, why this product is innovative, and why so many people would find use out of it.
Let's say I've got a 1999 or maybe even a 2004 Chevrolet Silverado, a pretty generic vehicle, and I need a right front hub and bearing. I go to my Parts Detect app, I click on the app, all of a sudden now the program opens before me. What is my next step?
It's very user-friendly, and we have 4 different options as far as for how you want to pick the vehicle. Option 1 is you scan the VIN number. You click on the feature that says scan, window pops up. You can scan the VIN number, and within seconds, it'll decode the VIN. It'll tell the year, make, model, and then that'll take you to another screen where you enter a part that you're looking for. You could either manually enter it, or you can speak into it. And when you speak into it, a little smart search pops up. You click on the part that you need, and all of a sudden, bam, we give you the results. And then you can take it back a little bit. So if the VIN number is not present, some of the vehicles don't have VINs, you can do a drop-down, traditional drop-down menu where you select the year, the make, the model, the engine size, and then you enter a part. Or you can do a part reference, put in a part number that you have already, and then our system will find you that part, all on a local basis, and we'll tell you who has it, how much they have it for, and the availability, if it's in their store, at their parent store, sister store, or at the hub. All the information within seconds.
Wow, the best thing that you just said is scanning the VIN. That makes life so much easier. Kudos to you guys, because a lot of times, you know, people are asking for different parts for a various particular car, but there are so many different parts that are available per VIN specifics, and having that capability, Stan, wow, that just sold me. I don't know about anybody else, but Jim, that's
you should have seen our faces, because the part can change in the middle of production year. You have to actually know when that vehicle was built, and the only real way is that VIN number. So I'm terribly impressed. We just lit up over here. And what a great job.
And then, Stan, how long has it taken to get this platform off of the ground?
We've launched last year. So in the beginning of 2016 is actually when we had our launch date, and it's been great ever since. And like you said, the VIN number is the fingerprint of the vehicle, so you can get so much information within a second.
Yeah, I have to say, Spence, this is pretty innovative. I didn't realize they had this kind of capability.
Now, are you going to bring this to the general public, the renter at the house, in the near future? Is that a little down the block?
No, you hit it on the nail. We are currently in our first phase for the automotive repair facilities that have active commercial accounts with national and local vendors, and we will be launching our second phase in late 2017, early 2018, which is aimed to help the general public, hence the do-it-yourselfers.
And when we think about it, if you go back, a quick quiz for everybody in the room, when was Amazon created? At what point did we think we could go online, buy a book, one book would be sent to our house?
2007?
Funny. When do you think it was?
8.
Stan, you want to throw out a guess? Amazon created?
I say 2005.
1994.
Whoa.
July 5th, 1994, when it first started. And you have to look at an innovation like you have, Stan, and how big this is, and look at something like Amazon. Because now it seems so obvious. But back then, who would have thought that I could go online, get any book, anything? Now you can get socks, and now we have this app. This is good for you, Donnie.
Well, Stan, we're just about out of time here today, but it's been a blast hanging out with you. Can we have you back down the road at some point?
Definitely. And we are expanding, and we are welcoming all vendors, local, regional, and nationals as well. I'll be more than happy to follow up with you because we are adding new vendors in the next couple months. So it's going to be pretty exciting what we're doing.
If you're just joining us, we're speaking with Stan Mirzayev. He is the founder of Parts Detect. Folks, we got a ton more just ahead. Spence is up next. He'll lace us up with the latest automotive news and headlines. And Jim's got the world of motorsports just around the corner. Today, we're talking Formula One and NASCAR. You don't want to miss that. It's all coming up on the other side of the break. Stick around. We are your ultimate stop in automotive radio. We are Horsepower for now.
Remember your dream car? That hot rod from high school that you couldn't afford then, but you can now? How do you know that dream car is the real thing? Easy. Call Driveline Classic Auto Appraisers at 805-338-7252. Classic Auto Appraisers will research your classic car, truck, verify its authenticity, and provide you with a written appraisal. It's that simple. Driveline Classic Auto Appraisers, 805-338-7252. Or visit them at DrivelineConsultantsLLC.com.